Hey guys, I'm back with this mini album, and today I'm going to do some cover decorating, and then I'm going to completely pause until after Thanksgiving to finish this because I need the photos from my Thanksgiving get together to put in here. So I have these stickers left, I have this front page left, I have some ribbon left, and here's the deal. I really don't know what I'm going to do. I've got some ideas, so I thought we would just play along, and whatever happens, happens, and we'll see how it ends up in the end. So I know I want to make a bow to go in this area just because I think that'll be cute, but I kind of wanted to do some ribbon decorating on the side, and I don't really know exactly, like I could run some twine and stuff up under this binder, this little piece of ribbon that we put on right there. But I think I have another idea that will give me a little more support. So, all right, I'm going to move this out of the way and then we'll get going. So this is some long fawn trimming, and this one is in the color Hot Cocoa. How perfect, right? And I'm going to release this guy, if I can find the end. This can take a second. Okay, so I got that started. It was a little tangled on one end. Here's what I'm thinking I'm going to do. I'm going to do a test run and just see how this looks. So I'm going to leave a pretty good tail here on the end. And I've opened the first page, and I'm going to start wrapping this twine in every page. So this is the first page, leaving a tail out here. I'm going to close this page. Okay, let me just close this down. I'm going to wrap this guy around the book, just like this, and then I'm going to open the second page, and I'm going to run the second page. Basically, I'm going to create a holder out here for some ribbons. This will make more sense in a second. It's going to be one of those things that I don't even know if it's going to work, but we're going to see. So that's wrapped around the first two pages. Then I'm just going to pull this guy over here again, and this time I'm going to open to the third page. So this is the first, second, third page, and wrap this over again. Basically, I'm just putting it in every single one. I'm just kind of weaving it through. You'll be able to see on the side in just a second what it looks like. So pull this across again. And then this time I'm going to go to the fourth page. So this is third, this is fourth. I'm trying not to tangle this. I want to keep that piece down. Okay, put that through. Then, and as I'm doing it, like I said, this is new. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of making sure it's nice and snug on the sides. I'm going to pick this up and show you. So basically, now that I've got some going, I'm creating this on the edge. I think I'm going to use this to hold some ribbons and stuff. If this works, it'll be neat. If it doesn't work, it'll be a nice test. All right, so I'm going to move that out of the way so I don't have a mess with that. I'm going to go to the fifth page. And we've already got this one wrapped, so let's go to the next one. Wrap this guy around again. Just like that. Make sure this is not where it doesn't need to be. That's good. That's where it needs to be. And then I'm going to wrap it again. This is not the easiest thing to explain, but I think when I get done, it'll make sense what I have done. So I'm going to go to the next page. And like I said, I'm just pulling them snug in between. And I'm just kind of binding this. And not really, because it's not going to hold anything but what I put on the outside. We've almost got it done. You can see what I'm doing there? And then I think one more. Now what I'm going to do is pull these out to the end. I'm going to show you. So you see what I've done. I've created this like wrap around the edge because I want to use this, okay? And then this now has one in between each page, which really doesn't do anything. But you know what? If I wanted to add a charm or something inside the pages, I could do that there. And what I'm going to do here is just tie these off at the top. So that's why I left that tail the first time, is so I could tie these guys. Again, I don't know how this is going to look. I'm just playing. I do know that I love this baker's twine. I love this kind of waxed or coated twine. I'm going to cut some of this away because it's too much to handle now. All right. And now I'm going to make a knot before I make a bow. That way, if it ever comes undone, if the bow ever comes undone, the whole thing won't come undone. Just tie a bow here at the top. And it can be messy because of my plans for the rest of it. So there is that little bow tied. Okay, so now I have these pieces. My thought was this would give me something to tie ribbon to so I could have that ribbon edge flowing out here. And this is going to be one of those things that looks bad before it looks good. I promise you it's going to be one of those situations. And I want to use this ribbon, and I have a good bit, but not a massive amount. This is not a whole lot of ribbon. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and cut the bow, do the bow for the front, and then what I have left over I'll use here. So let's go ahead and tie a bow for the front. I'm going to do it bunny-eared because that is super easy. And notice I'm not tying it onto that piece of ribbon. My reasoning for that is because I've got this ribbon laid nice and smooth. If I tie it on here, sometimes it can buckle and make it kind of pull in places, and I don't want that to happen. So I'm just going to glue this one on, this bow that I'm making now. So I just want to get it nice and pretty. And in all honesty, I will work on a bow forever. And even if I get it like I want it now, once I put it on the book, I'll probably work on it again. And then when people start to use the book, look at the book, it'll probably get changed again. Because I'm a person who will play with those bows forever. See, that's what I wanted. I wanted that little bow right there. I think that's super cute. So I'm going to save this for hot gluing on later. And I'm going to go ahead and fray check the edges. By the way, a lot of you guys had good suggestions about fray check. Some people say they use clear nail polish. You can certainly do that. One thing I like about fray check, though, is that it doesn't dry with a sheen. Or at least in my experience, you don't see a sheen on the fray check. Like, none of my ribbons have like a... I mean, I know it's there if I look at it, but I don't have a shininess. So you might think about getting a matte finished nail polish if you're going to do that. But this is super cheap. And I think you get 2 bottles in a package or something. I'm not sure. Okay, so there is my bow ready to go on the front. So now I know I can use all of this ribbon. And I've gathered a bunch of other ribbons. Let me get those. Strangely enough, my ribbon collection is getting pretty thin, and that's because I kind of thinned it out. But I have these colors here, and I know this is not the perfect green, but green kind of works. You know, it needs to be darker, but I'm going to go with this green anyway. I'm going to use the orange, and then I got these colors that I feel like are going to work. We'll see. So the first thing I'm going to do is cut. I'm going to do about a 6-inch piece. I don't even know that I need 6 inches, but I'm going to start with that for now. So I've stood the book up here so you can see this. On this edge where I tied all this baker's twine, I'm going to use that to put my ribbon through. I'm going to put this tool in there just to give me a little help to lift all of these up over and over again as I tie them on. So I'm going to come down here to the bottom and I'm going to tie this ribbon just in a knot. And I think 6 inches is probably going to be plenty. And I am going to tie a knot. I'm not just going to leave it in one turn because it might come loose. And I might even want to tie longer than 6 inches. But let's give that a look for a second. See, and I want to have all these ribbons off the side. I think that'll be cute. And once we add more and more ribbon up this little piece, it'll give us a lot more fullness. I don't know. I think 6 inches is going to work. I'm going to fray check all of it when I'm done. So I'm just going to keep going. And I'm going to alternate these ribbons one after the other. So let's do some burlap. This is not truly burlap, but it kind of is. Look, I left some hot glue on this one. Let's cut that off. Okay, so 6-ish inches. How about that? 6-ish. That always reminds me of Elf. 6 inches. 6-inch ribbon curls, right? Okay, this is really helpful. This is a Cricut spatula. That thing comes in handy because I can lift. But use what you got. You probably have things in your room that you use for tools all the time. I bet I can even help put this ribbon through. Yep, look at there. Okay, this is a wired ribbon, so I'm going to make sure I get it as centered as I can here. I'm going to slide that down to the other one. Pull it snug, do it again. And so that gets me 2 ribbons on the end. I'm going to keep going, alternating, and we'll just see what it looks like. This ribbon is a wider ribbon, so I just folded it in half to make it seem the same size as the other ribbons, but it's going to be fine either way because it's going to open up eventually, I'm sure. But that's going to work. And see, I'm just going to keep going and just keep building that up on the end, and it'll be cute when we finish. This is one of those things that looks better when it's done than while you're doing it. So something I've decided, I had this tied in a bow, but it's really just kind of getting in the way. So I'm going to tie this in another knot, just a nice tight knot, and then I'm going to cut away the excess. So see, that's an afterthought because I don't think I'm going to need that little bit of baker's twine sticking out. I think this is going to be plenty when I get it all full. So that I just wanted you to see that I was doing that. And you can see here I've put on two of each of my ribbons that I'm using, and I'm about 3/4 of the way full. I'm going to keep going. I want to show you this too. So I was eyeballing all of my ribbon. And you can see as I was going, I got longer and longer. So what I'm going to do is just take my scissors and just quickly come in here like this to start with. I can always come back and trim more, but that'll kind of give it like a haircut, like even that up. And then I'm going to come to each ribbon and see how badly I frayed this one. I'm going to trim that up. And then I'm going to fray check it. So take your time on this part. You want your ribbons to stay nice and pretty. So any that are really badly frayed, trim, and then go ahead and fray check them, and you won't have to worry about it. It'll be a little bit, but remember, you've worked hard on this album, and you want it to last for a good long time. And any of those little pieces that fall inside, once your fray check is dry, you can just shake this out and get them out. So I have some charms that I have hoarded in my stash over the years that my friend Gareth from G's Embellishment Emporium sent me over time. And I think these are so cute. And these are my last of the leaves. I love these leaves. I don't know if he still has them, but check out his store. I'll put a link below for it. This little pumpkin is really, really cute. And this little guy is super pretty. And I thought it would be nice just kind of hanging on the album. I also thought it'd be cute to put something inside of it. And I think I'm going to be able to put this give thanks in there, but I'm not sure. So I'm going to cut, ooh, I almost cut that. Let's go this way. Try to find the path of least resistance. Do I want to worry about that? No, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to peel this guy off and get myself a piece of scrap paper and stick it onto it. That way I can punch it. That's much easier, right? Way to go, Maymay. You have to think it out. Now I did some testing. I did a little test punch with my 3/4 circle and my 1-inch circle punch, and the 3/4 fits in here perfect. So I'm going to see if I can get lucky enough to get all or most of this give thanks. And I think I get a pretty good bit of it. I think it's going to work like that. So I'm going to punch it just like that. And then, because it is really, really, really close, see, it looks like it says give thanks. That's super cute. I'm going to glue this inside of here. So I'm just going to use some art glitter glue and put that inside of this little well here. Just like so. Probably using more than I have to because I really want this to stay. I don't think it'll go anywhere. Nobody's going to be messing with it much. And I'm just going to leave that scrap paper on the inside and just stick that down in there. Now I'm going to hold this in for a few minutes and let this dry really well because this inside of this little charm kind of sinks in. And I want to make sure that paper adheres really, really well. I love that. That turned out really, really cute. So let's go back to the album. Now you're thinking, yeah, but where are you going to put these little charms? I kind of want them to hang off from the bow. I think it'll be cute if they hang right here, especially this little give thanks charm. That is super cute. And I wanted to hang a green. I thought it'd be good to pull this green over here. So I'm going to hang a green. I might even just put these leaves on because they are perfect for this album. Look how cute that is. I love those. Okay. And I'm going to dangle this little pumpkin as well. And I'm going to use baker's twine to do it. So before I glue this guy down, I am going to run baker's twine under here to hold these on, to hold these little charms on. First things first, let's just get these guys ready to hang. I'm actually thinking I may just hot glue the string on under the bow, because if I do it like that and I put the bow up like this, that will be super cute and it'll just be hot glued into place. So I'm just going to try that. So there's a little string. I think I'll tie a knot to give the hot glue something to hold on to. So let me grab my finger out of there. I'm telling you, this is how I do this. I don't know how this is going to end up. I just start playing with stuff I have in my stash that maybe fits the theme or what have you. See, that'll be cute dangling there. So I'm going to trim that away. And I think this is how most people do that. You just pull things out of your stash and you just go to town with it and see what happens. Let's do the pumpkin the same way. We'll glue it all next to each other. And then I don't know if I want to dangle. I'm going to test these. I don't know if I want to dangle the leaf on this side or just these two over here and put the leaves around. I think that's what I'm going to do. Now, since I'm prepping, I've got these two charms prepped. I'm going to go ahead and do a little something extra to these. I want to tie a little bow inside of each one of these because these are buttons. These are not charms. You can see they have little holes. I'm going to tie a bow inside of those little holes. Or a knot. I'm not sure. A bow or a knot. We're going to see how the bow looks. So I'm going to feed that up through the back. Then I'm just going to tie a bow. Just something to put inside. You could totally just do a knot. But I think a little tiny bow would be cute. That's cute. Probably hard for you guys to see. I'll bring it up to the camera so you can look at that. But it's cute on there. It adds a little texture, covers those little holes. So I'm going to do that for, I think all of these. I'm going to try to use all of these on this album. I think they're perfect. Now everything is prepped and ready to go. I got my charms ready, my little dangly pendants ready, my bow is ready. Let's see if the hot glue is ready. This is my new hot glue gun that was given to me by a subscriber, Viola Allegretti. She gave me this zebra glue gun, and I love it. I'm going to put a dot of glue here. It is ready to go. And then I'm going to take that little knot, and I'm going to put that into that glue. And I'm going to get a tool to help me out with that. You can tell I haven't unpacked from the cruise. My pokey tool is still in my my crop bag I took with me. So there's that. Now let's see if I can get this little pumpkin in there while it's still hot before it cools off. I may have waited too long. No, that's still pretty good. So now I've got my little timepiece and my little pumpkin hanging there. Now I'm going to put my bow right above that, just as a little hide for that. And I'm going to go right on top of that. That'll seal in those little charms and hold the bow down. And I already fray checked my bow, so it's fine. It's not going to unravel on me. I'm going to hold that and let that cool for a second. I want it to be nice and snug. Now it's time to put our leaves on. And I'm going to use the 3 colors in this bottom corner, these little leaves, like so. I'm not really sure how I'm going to lay them out yet. Let's do a little dry run before we get too crazy. So something like that in this bottom corner. And then I'm going to use the other one up here. That's cute. I like that. So let's just start right here in this bottom. I'm going to use my hot glue. Just put a bead on. Stick that down to the page. Just like so. Another bead of hot glue. Stick that beside it. Not in the same direction. Turn in that leaf a little bit. And then another bead on the back of this green one. Just somewhere up here up the side. As if they just landed there from the tree. And then this little guy gets a bead. And he's going to go right here. Super cute. Now I'm calling my cover done. That's my decorating. I love how it turned out. This little charm is probably my fave, and I probably wouldn't have thought to use it except I wanted to put something in there that kind of reminded me of Thanksgiving as well, because I've got autumn and Thanksgiving. These, I love how that turned out, and they'll be even better as they dry, and as you move the album around and play with it, those will just start to get kind of wrinkly and all, you know, kind of worn looking and look really cool. This reminds me of a scarecrow. I love that. And then these leaves are perfect. The only thing I want to do to double check on my little bows, I'm going to take my fray check again, and I'm just going to put a dot in the middle of each one of these, and when that dries, it'll help keep those from untying on me. It may not be a perfect fix. You can use some white glue if you want to do that way, but this will dry up pretty good and kind of keep those from unraveling. And there you go, guys. I hope you have enjoyed this. I have totally enjoyed this album. It's been a labor of love. It's been fun, and I have enjoyed making every single bit of it. And we're not done. We're still going to put photos in it. I really can't wait to get the pictures in it, so I'm looking forward to Thanksgiving and showing you guys how all the pictures and things will look in there. So thanks so much for watching. And if you would like to see this album made from the beginning, from start to finish, there is a playlist listed below with all of the videos. And I have done a video from the paper bag construction all the way to here, and then we're going to finish it when I put the pictures in it, and I'll add that to the playlist as well. Hey, if you're making this album, I want to see it. Head over to my Facebook group, which is called Maymay Made It, and so did I. Share with us photos of what you're making. You can also share with us over on our website, on our customer gallery. We'd love to see what you're making there. You can tag us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, anywhere that you do social media. Just tag at Maymay Made It, and let me see what you're making. Thanks so much for watching today, guys. Talk to you again real soon. Bye-bye.